Alright, I'm back. I'm making videos again. Dana White recently held a press conference for the Contender Series, and the media actually took him up to task for once regarding Jon Jones and his pound-for-pound status. Dana has repeatedly made this awful point, saying that Jon Jones is not only the greatest fighter of all time, which is valid, but he's also the best active fighter pound for pound. Of course, Jon Jones is probably the best MMA fighter to ever live if you don't take into account his reoccurring PED use. Of course, he's cleared out the light heavyweight division, has been around for 3 different eras of the sport, and has beaten every single person that has been put in front of him. He also beat Ciryl Gane, who was considered one of the better heavyweights at the time, in a single round. Dana White likes to claim that Ciryl Gane was the #1 guy in the division, but we all know that the lineal heavyweight champion Francis Ngannou took care of Gane before Jones. Ngannou left the organization, and Jon Jones then miraculously comes back after a 3-year layoff. Submitting Ciryl Gane is an impressive feat, but is Jon Jones the pound-for-pound #1 fighter? Of course not. The pound-for-pound lists basically boil down to what a fighter has done recently, and recently, Jon Jones hasn't done anything of note. He last fought 18 months ago, whereas Islam and Alex Pereira have both fought on a consistent basis and have continuously won as well. We as fans all know that Jon Jones isn't the best active fighter because he hasn't been active. But why is Dana White peddling this narrative? The UFC want to manufacture a Michael Jordan, Tom Brady, Floyd Mayweather type GOAT for their organization. They want someone to point to when someone asks, who is the best MMA fighter of all time? The UFC want to make that claim. And while that's fine, it doesn't change the fact that Jon Jones isn't an active fighter at the moment and should fall out of the pound-for-pound rankings, to be honest. I mean, I find it weird that he's even #3 when he hasn't fought anyone in well over a year. Jon Jones shouldn't even be pound-for-pound #1 in his own weight class. Tom Aspinall deserves that title because he's frankly fought better competition and he's beat him in more devastating fashion. I say all this because the heavyweight division should be the best it's ever been right now. We have Jon Jones, the greatest of all time, finally fighting as a heavyweight. We have a fantastic interim in Tom Aspinall, and solid top contenders like Pavlovich, Curtis Blades, and Alexander Volkov. The heavyweight division has some talented guys in it, but it's getting dragged down by the bullshit politics inside the promotion. The UFC are pushing Jon Jones vs Stipe Miocic, and while it is a cool legacy fight, the bullshit politics drag it down. If Jon was stripped of the title and Tom Aspinall became undisputed champ, I don't think anyone would really have an issue with the fight being made. The fact that it is holding up the division is making fight fans furious, and the UFC are sabotaging themselves here. Just like the welterweight division, heavyweight has the potential to flourish, but the sheer inactivity of fighters and the matchmaking hurdles are ruining it. More videos coming soon, by the way. I want to aim for 3 videos a week, something achievable so I don't get burnt out, because burnout has become a really big issue for me. See you next time.